greatest discovery in all of modern science came in the 20th century. We now know we live not in a fixed cosmos, but in a cosmogenesis, a universe that is developing. This discovery leads to the amazing realization that we humans and we universe are constantly developing. And this includes our very awareness. In our time, we are entering a new form of consciousness called Time-Developmental Consciousness. Some scholars regard this as the most significant transformation of consciousness in the last 2 million years of hominid intelligence. I'm Brian Thomas Swim with the Human Energy Project. Our series of short videos are exploring the way in which humanity is building a planetary mind called the Noosphere. As we deepen our understanding of the Noosphere, we discover a collective purpose which will help us address our planetary challenges together. In today's video, we examine the way in which modern humanity is moving into a new form of consciousness, a form we are calling Time-Developmental Consciousness. The most convincing evidence that we live in a cosmogenesis was found in 1964 when Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson, using the radio telescope at Bell Labs in Homedale, New Jersey, detected light from 13.8 billion years ago. They were the first humans to see back in time to when the universe was much simpler, when the universe was composed of nothing more complex than atoms of hydrogen and helium. In order to appreciate what is meant by time-developmental consciousness, imagine Penzias and Wilson in their laboratory with a chimpanzee accompanying them. The chimpanzee's DNA is 99% identical with theirs. In addition, there are no new elements in the human brain when compared to the chimpanzee brain. Thus, at the level of both genes and brains, humans and chimpanzees are profoundly similar. But the experience of the chimpanzee, when compared to the experience of these two humans, is quite different. The chimpanzee would experience a hissing sound produced by the technological instrumentation that transformed faint light rays from the beginning of the universe into sound. Maybe the chimpanzee would interpret this hissing as coming from a rattlesnake or some unseen waterfall. For Penzias and Wilson, it was quite different. They heard, in the hissing sound, the earliest moments of the universe. Even though their brains, eyes, and ears were almost identical with those of the chimpanzee, they had something not available to the chimpanzee. They had the general theory of relativity of Albert Einstein. They had the theory of the origin of the universe as articulated by Georges Lemaitre. They were using these and other elements from the history of human thought to realize something amazing, that they were the direct descendants of this cosmic microwave radiation they were now listening to. Take a moment and reflect on this world-changing event. These two humans were using a radio telescope to examine the early universe at the very start of the process, the long and complicated process of composing humans, as well as every other being in the universe. This has to be understood as a world-changing shot. Penzias and Wilson had made contact with the creative process that would eventually bring them into existence. With this discovery, we see that humanity has a cosmic role. Humanity is that special species that enables the universe to become aware of itself. This transition from cosmos to cosmogenesis is disruptive. A good deal of chaos will accompany the transformation. It will be confusing. It might be hard, but we must not allow the depth of this challenge to discourage us. Every small step we take makes a difference. If this video enabled you to have just one brief moment of awareness, in that moment, the universe awakened a bit more. Because of you. Because you are participating in the profound process of bringing forward the thinking layer of Earth, the Noosphere.